In this video, I'm going to teach you how to write a speech, and it's one of the simplest functional writing you can ever be tested. A speech is a spoken communication delivered to an audience. You can consider the speech given by a president and a speech given by a school principal during opening or the closing of the school. So that is what we're talking about. A speech is just like an essay based on set books. It has several parts, and we have the title, the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. In most cases, the essay based on set books don't have a title, but then it has these three parts. Quickly, I'm going to give you what each part entails. Before we begin, a speech was tested in the year 2022, and we are going to use the same question in this video as our reference. The title. How are you supposed to write the title of a speech? Number one, it has to be written in capital letters, and then it must include these four main points. Giver of the speech. Number two, occasion, venue, and date. Don't worry, because I'm going to show you. Number two, we have the introduction. And in the introduction, you do two things. One, you acknowledge those who are present. Begin with the higher rank to the lower rank. For instance, you're having a meeting. There is the principal, the deputy principal, teachers, parents, and students. What would be the correct order? Try it. Yes. You begin with the principal, deputy principal, teachers, parents, students. And then maybe you could conclude by saying, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. After that, you want to introduce yourself and maybe your topic. And note this. If you are delivering the speech on behalf of another person, you have to indicate it at this point. Maybe the person was supposed to deliver the speech and then he is engaged somewhere else. You tell us at this point. So that is all about the introduction, the body, the four main points. The question might guide you on what to do, or you might be required to come up with your four main points, explained in details. After explaining your four main points, you conclude, and there are two ways. You can either give a summary or you can give your opinion. And also, don't forget to thank the audience for listening to you. KCSE 2022, question 1. Imagine you are the school captain. It's you. The school is holding its annual prize giving day, and you're required to make a speech during the occasion. Expected guests include the county director of education, parents, and members of the school board of management. Write down the speech. Ensure your speech addresses issues of discipline, academic performance, co-curricular activities, and students' welfare. So that is our question, and we have everything that we need, including the four main points that we're supposed to include in the body. So our work is just to be creative and get the content. So we're going to begin with the title, and it must have these four things. Can you try it? Yes, you're right. So that is the title. Has it followed all these rules? Yes, we have the giver of speech, semirin, occasion, Parents' Day annual prize giving, and then we have the venue, school hall, and then we have the dates. After that, we are going to the introduction. But before the introduction, your title must be written in capital letters, and then after the title, skip one line. Introduction. The first part, you are going to acknowledge those who are present. And according to the question, who is of higher rank and who is of the lowest rank? You want to know that only 3 parties have been mentioned. We go back to the question. Expected guests include the County Director of Education, parents, and members of the School Board of Management. And you know, the principal has to be there, parents, students, and maybe some other guests. So that it's up to you to use your reasoning to come up with a good introduction. So acknowledge those who are present. You're going to introduce yourself. Who are you? And what is your topic? Now that we are done with the introduction, we are going back to the question and get our body. And this is it. Write down the speech. Ensure your speech addresses issues of discipline, academic performance, co-curricular activities, and student welfare. So these are our main points, and they are 4: academic performance, co-curricular activities, discipline, and student welfare. This is what we are going to paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. So what can you say about academic performance? Maybe you can talk about how they performed the previous year. Was there a negative deviation or a positive deviation? What was their mean? Talk about it at this point. And also you can talk about the strategies to ensure that there is excellent performance. Co-curricular activities, what are they? Something like games, something like clubs, something like societies, music. You can talk about it at this point. If there is any great achievement like the competition and your school won these other trophies, you can indicate it at this point. Discipline. What can you say about discipline? Are the students disciplined? If you are to rate them, how can you rate them? And maybe you can mention some of the areas that they are supposed to rectify. We have the students' welfare. So you can talk about something like their health, the diet, what happens if the students are sick, spiritual well-being, do they go to church, do you offer guidance and counseling for the sake of their mental health? Those are some of the things that you can include at this point. So check it. To the conclusion. In this case, don't forget to thank the audience for listening to you. And again, you can either give your opinion, conclude by giving a summary of the main points. So, writing a speech is as simple as that.